Yeah. Yeah. Coach T and Damon V talking about game. Better watch your weight, better stay in your lane. Talking about flexing, and talking about strength. Talking about fighting when they get intense. Talking about life and they don't pretend. Coming up with plans and trying to win. Coach T and Damon V, straight from the boot. Better tune in, better come get your scoop. Ooh-wee. And we're back. The Coach T and Damon V podcast, episode
number 5.
I thought you were gonna do Spanish, because you usually do
Numero 5?
cinco.
Numero 5. That's what I meant to say.
Obviously.
Numero 5.
Yeah, sharpen up Spanish.
What's up, guys? How is your lovely Thursday? Beautiful, kinda nasty.
It's been like that for the last couple of weeks.
It's been a little gross. It's been a little gross lately. No problem.
Nasty
no problem.
Louisiana for you.
Yeah, that just means that. 9 people on. What's up?
They already know the deal.
Big Mike, dude, y'all were ready. Y'all were waiting for us, son. Y'all right. Good thing you guys are tuning in today. We have an excellent show coming towards y'all today. What's up, Dayton Clement? Dayton and I. What's up, Megan Abshire? Dayton and I crushed a private this morning.
Really?
Oh yeah.
How's he looking?
Dayton's looking good, dude.
It's crazy how you're getting him ready to face me at submission.
I know, it's a little bit twisted.
It's kind of weird.
It's a little weird, but hey, Sylvia, how are you? I can promise you that he is extremely strong. Have you rolled with him yet?
No, we were not touching into submission quest. That's like the
dude. Dayton has like ridiculous, like stupid, just like strength, just like super strong. So. That's gonna be an interesting. It's gonna be an interesting match.
Interesting, because last night I didn't feel strong at all, dude. I felt weak. I'm still feeling like weak, man. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Dayton's got some. Dayton got some roadmap arms now, bro. Like straight up. Like, what's up, Blake? Coach Todd's got some guns too. Well, Coach Todd does.
It's all for show though.
Coach Todd only does bicep and tricep day at the gym. So.
Yeah, well.
Oh man, there we go. Yeah, that's the only really exercises Coach T does. So
yeah,
fair. I was squatting last night. Squat pretty heavy, 225, 245 on each side, and he was like, bro, you are. I was like, Coach T, you gotta get on the squat board, man. You gotta start getting under that thing again.
Not about that life. I mean, I'll squat here and there, but nothing heavy, especially, you can't even see the bicep. Bring it up for you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty serious.
You can't, you're gonna do 225 right before a no-gi workout, training session, I would do that.
And then what happened?
You crushed it?
I crushed it.
Yeah, you did well. I didn't roll with you.
Crushed it. Oh, yeah, so Blake said crawling under a house for 5 hours is a great workout. Great core workout. So the story behind that is I bought this house, and it's a great house. But the way they built it, they got like these they got basically like this I forget, archway or whatever you want to call it. And all the weight from the arch goes down where there's no like beams.
Wow.
There's no, I forget, joist is what
I don't think that's how you're supposed to build a house.
So, no, what's up? It's K-Sue. Miss K-Sue. Miss K-Sue's a CPT, nutrition certified. Good to have you listening to Miss K. So anyway, we had to get on there and jack the house up, and we ran into a few problems, and so we were under there for like 5 or 6 hours all day on Sunday. Me and Blake under there, jacking, digging, making the levels, all that. Dude, I
can't think of anything worse.
Dude,
I'm trying.
I was wore out, bro. Oh my gosh. Like Sunday night, I lay down, I was like, dude, it was rough, bro.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Like,
sound like you need some CBD oil.
Not yet, dude. So like that's you say like be careful who you marry, because when you marry somebody's whole family. Well, we had Catherine's oldest brother Blake, her second oldest brother Gregory, and the one that right above her Micah. They all came. All 3 of the brothers came.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck. Gregory's wife Ariel and her 3 or 4 boys came, and my future father-in-law, Mr. Russell, came.
Dude,
we had the whole crew over there, and look, it was like we had a good time. We were messing around and making fun of each other and working, and it's like I never had any brothers, so
pretty thankful for that.
Yeah, so like a cute podcast moment is I'm pretty happy to have some brothers now who like doing hood rat stuff.
Right.
I want brothers who do hood rat stuff with me. Yeah. So.
It was my brother, but I don't do under.
Coach Tyler doesn't like to crawl under houses.
Yeah, I'll do a podcast with you. I'll train with you, but
so so I'm pretty excited about it. But anyway,
Q&A. It's all about you guys today. So
Yes.
we had a couple questions on Facebook, Instagram, and then we can open it up to the live people too. Try to get to them all, but
for sure. So we'll try and answer some of the questions that we had on the Facebook post first, right?
Yeah.
And the Instagram post first, and then we'll get to it after that.
And
So
look them up on here.
let's go ahead and hop right into it. What was the first question? What's up, Miss Becky, Mr. Ned, Amber? How are you, Amber? What was the first question we had, Coach T?
I know the first question was from my sister, Ashley Mullins. Shout out Ashley. It was about the keto diet, I believe. I'm gonna try to pull up exactly what she asked.
So I think what she asked was, can you give us some insight on the keto diet and some of the effects it has on the body long term?
Yeah, that's
correct.
it. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so Coach T, you go ahead and listen. Remember, before we get started, fitness is a if-then, nutrition is a if-then-then-that scenario. There's never a single diet that's going to work for two people. Remember, this is a very, very big field, a lot of information.
Yes.
Okay, so take everything we say with a grain of salt.
Because we know some people, they'll follow a diet and they'll be like a cult.
It's like cult,
follow like a religion.
Yeah, like
you have
my
to do this.
lovely mother-in-law is hardcore keto, and I'm sure she's gonna hop on here. She's like keto for real, and she's lost
like
30 pounds on it. However much, she looks great.
Awesome.
It's working for her, and Mr. Russell, my future father-in-law, same thing. Like they're shredding down, So the keto diet.
So it's definitely beneficial. Just a few things, because by any means necessary, we're not experts with the keto diet, but we try our best to, learn about everything. But the keto diet, high in fats, obviously, and when you have a diet that is high in fats, it puts your body in ketosis. Hence
Correct.
the word keto diet. When
Correct.
your body is in ketosis, it uses that energy,
Right. So it
instead of
makes
carbs.
Yes. So it
Explain that a little bit.
the liver, when you starve the body of carbohydrates over time, the liver produces ketones, and the ketones are what your body uses as energy.
Do you remember raspberry ketones back in the day? That was a huge
That
thing
was
too.
big, and that was like
disappeared.
it's weird, yeah, but like
That was a fad.
it's like it was a fad before the keto diet. Like
Right.
now they have keto pre-workouts, and it's basically full of ketones. Yeah, like if you go to different supplement stores like Benny's at Sport Shack, he has a whole wall devoted to ketogenic pre-workouts, and basically it's just ketones.
Right.
And
It took that raspberry ketone idea
and made it into a pre-workout.
blew up.
Correct. So before we go too much further into ketosis or keto diet, there's three or four different main keto diets, right? The first one is the standard keto diet, 75% fat,
Right.
75% of your calories
Super
from fat.
high in fat.
Super high. Only 20% of your calories from protein and 5% of your calories from carbohydrates.
Nothing.
Like very, 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 very
Couple
low.
vegetables.
Yeah, like a couple spinach, no. But like, and when they say 5% from carbs, we're not talking about sugar.
No.
We're not talking about like a bite of a candy bar. We're talking about like starchy vegetables that happen to have some carbohydrates in it, right? And so that's your main ketosis, and then you have high protein keto, which is just a little bit less fats, a little bit more protein.
60, 30.
60, 35, 5.
Correct.
60, 35, 5.
Yep.
60 fat, 35 protein.
So still primarily fats,
Yeah,
obviously.
still-
That puts
still
your body in
primarily
ketosis,
fats.
but more protein.
Yes, and then you have higher carb keto, which is, I believe,
I don't remember that
I
one.
don't remember it either. I know that it's 20% carbohydrates though.
Okay.
Remember that it's 20% carbohydrates.
What's the one that you were going into the last one where you do 5 days of the standard keto diet? I like this one a lot.
Cyclical, yeah. Which basically the idea behind that is it just like what we talked about 2 weeks ago on our podcast. Basically, we talked 2 weeks ago saying that your body has these hunger hormones that will drop over time because your hunger hormones regulate fat storage and all that stuff too. And so what happens is you go into ketosis for 5 days, and then you go high carb for 2 days. And what happens is it re-ups those hunger hormones and those fat burning hormones that tells your body like, hey, you are getting some carbohydrates. Keep on rolling. Keep on losing that fat.
In my mind, I think that would work the best.
Correct.
And everybody's different, but I feel like cycling off of the keto diet every now and then is good.
Yeah, I like that. So if you are considering doing keto, if you are doing keto or you have done keto, please leave us some comments
Yeah.
below, and let us know what you think. Let us know what you
Open
think.
to anything and everything.
I will say, and Coach Tyler will say, we are athletes or practitioners of, working out and martial arts and all this stuff. And so neither of us do ketosis.
Right.
And why is that?
Because if you're doing a keto diet, primarily it is used for endurance athletes, runners, stuff like that.
Cyclists.
If you're doing short burst movements, explosive movements, any MMA athlete or any
Correct.
athlete,
Any athlete besides like a
you
long
need
distance.
carbs.
Correct, because you've got a few main energy sources, but two of the main energy systems in your body are anaerobic and aerobic, right? So anaerobic would be
Short burst
energy,
Correct.
like mainly fueled by glucose, stuff like that, right? So what happened there?
I don't know. Hope we didn't lose
Let
everybody.
me double check. Mainly fueled by. Oh, looks like we're all right.
I think our feed just.
Are we all
went
good, guys?
down.
Are we all good?
I think we're good.
All right, we're good. Okay, so all right, still up. Awesome.
All right, you were talking about.
So aerobic and anaerobic exercises, right? Anaerobic, mainly your main energy source is from carbohydrates. Your cells use glucose, glycogen to fuel those anaerobic exercises, and then you have aerobic exercises like
Sure,
jogging, long endurance, stuff like that. That's aerobic. That stuff is mainly your main energy source for that is oxygen. So it's okay if you do the keto diet on that. If you were in ketosis and you went to the gym and tried to do a really hard strength training set, we're talking like big movements like squats, deadlifts, bench press, stuff like that, the big three, you're going to struggle a little bit. Only because your body doesn't have that glucose in your cells, in your body, to fire those fast twitch muscle fibers. Let's see what Steven said.
Steven's saying he got sick and maybe got the keto flu.
Said, I know I didn't stick with it long enough, probably eat enough fat. I just tried to cut out carbs and eat food without carbs. It felt terrible. Obviously, I know, yeah.
Probably wasn't eating enough.
Probably
because
weren't
dude,
eating
it's
enough.
hard to get 75% of your diet fat. And clean fat.
That's a
You
lot of
can't
fat.
eat.
That's the next.
Let's get into that.
Let's do
Yeah.
that. So the next part about this. So the second part of her question was, what is the long-term effect on the body from keto? You go first.
That was my cue. Long-term effects, if you're eating bacon and whatnot every single day.
Mainly if you're eating a lot of trans fats.
Right, that is not good for your long-term health.
No.
And I think any diet, just in general, any diet for a long period of time isn't good.
Correct.
I think you should cycle off and change things up. Your body will get used to it and you will plateau. Every single diet.
For sure.
I would say.
Every single one. Yeah. And so what we don't want, our job, our mission is to teach people how to do long-term lifestyle that is focused on nutrition, good nutrition and good fitness habits, right? And I don't think that the keto diet teaches long-term health in the
You
long
can't
run.
do it for,
Because
I don't know exact
it's just-
numbers,
it's
how
just-
long you can do it, but
just saying
it's not sustainable.
you can't
I
eat
believe.
carbs for the rest of your life it's pretty wild.
Yeah,
you
there
know.
has to be some effects to that. I don't know any studies.
Yeah, we'd have to do more
Right.
in research on like long-term health. But I'm just saying, like, if I want to make long-term, what happens when you get off of keto?
Right, you crash. Your body freak out.
Yeah.
you get sick right away.
That's what I'm wondering. Do you slowly add carbs back into your diet, and you slowly?
I wouldn't think you can just go balls to the wall.
I don't think so, but I do think that keto can be. This case says she agrees. No long-term effects, no long-term benefits. However, I do think like my mother-in-law, for example, she had an X amount of weight that she wanted to lose, and she is sticking to this keto diet. I'm talking like
the cold thing.
religious, bro. Like my father-in-law, Mr. Russ, is like, dude, I feel like a dang cow eating nothing but grass. Dude, he's like, dude, it's rough, So if you have a goal that you want to meet within a time frame, I think that keto is definitely beneficial. And I think that after you get off, you can slowly add. She's the carb Nazi, but Blake is her son. That's correct. Like, she's like, no, sir. So I do think that if you have a goal and you want to get to it, and you can adjust back into regular life after that, then I think it can work for you. I
Yeah.
think it can be used as a weight loss tool. I don't think it can be a long-term lifestyle. To answer
another
the
thing I
question.
want to bring up about that is losing weight is great. We all chase that big number, the weight number, right?
Correct.
But at the end of the day, we're trying to lose fat,
Body fat, yes.
right? And cutting out the amount of carbs that you will cut out in this diet, you lose a lot of water weight.
Yeah, carbohydrate.
So your fat might stay, but you're losing a lot of weight. You think you're losing a lot of weight, a lot of body fat, but you're actually losing a lot of water weight.
Correct.
So just keep in mind, you want to lose body fat, right? So
Body fat.
Keep
So,
that in mind.
so again, Miss K said it right down there. She said the main thing is here, Brad. So Brad Rayo, thank you for joining us, Brad. Brad is a athletic trainer, pretty big guy. He was a mixed martial artist for a while. Brad knows his stuff. Brad said keto diet is a crash diet, completely unsustainable. Majority of the people who use this diet end up gaining the weight they lost plus more. Keto diets work for those people who are sedentary. Athletes should never use. And that's kind of what we said. We kind of said that athletes who are, because one of the big things that you want to do, whether you're a general fitness or an athlete, is you want to gain muscle. Muscle is the key to burning
Right.
calories in the long term and having a higher basal metabolic rate. And it's really hard to do that on a keto diet. It's really hard to add muscle because you have to lift to add muscle,
Right.
and to lift appropriately, you have to have carbohydrates.
Right.
So it's the give and take thing. So that's what we think. That's our take on keto.
Right.
Again, it
I
works.
say it's worth a shot.
I know
man.
people who have done
Yeah,
keto and it works.
Everybody's different.
But the
Depends on your
majority
lifestyle.
of people that I see do keto are not athletes.
Mhm.
So just keep that, are not people who have a very high activity level during the
Yeah.
day. So again, do your own research. That's us. If you know somebody who is interested in keto or has some questions, please tag them in the comments below or share this, tag them in it so that they can kind of get some more information on keto. What's up next, Christian?
I think Miss Annette had a question about any favorite
Miss Annette, what's
chicken
up?
or
Heath Henry.
egg recipes to share. She's getting burnt out on baked chicken and scrambled eggs.
Hey, shout out to Heath Henry on his new brown belt.
Heath Henry.
He's one of my first jiu-jitsu coaches a few years ago at the UFC gym. He's a savage. So, savage. All right, let's talk, Miss Angela. Can I just use the 80-20 rule? We're gonna come back to that. We'll come back to that a little bit, Miss Angela. But
Chicken and egg.
so Miss Annette is one of my personal training clients. Shout out to her. We've lost 40 pounds in about 8 months. Miss Annette is like she did it though. We did it the right way.
We followed everything.
Look, I didn't.
Consistent.
We didn't even count calories. I gave her portions and different macro. The main thing we did with Miss Annette was nutrient timing. Like for breakfast, you're gonna have protein, carb, fat. For lunch, you have this, that. For dinner, you have this, and that. Fruit. We didn't count calories to the T.
Right.
And guess what we did? We lost about 2 pounds, 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds a week over 8 months, or over 1 pound to 2 pounds a week over 8 months. Why did we do this and not more? Because a very high percentage of what Miss Annette lost was fat.
Right.
A very high percentage. I didn't cut carbs out of her diet.
Right.
I lowered them. I added protein. I added a little bit of fats because she's in her 50s. She needs some good fats for her joints. And we did it. But she's been eating like this for 8 months now, and she said she's getting a little bit wore out
Burnt out.
on baked chicken and scrambled eggs for breakfast.
So eating that for a long period of time would get
It
burnt out as well.
it gets exhausting. I understand. That's why
But,
people
I mean,
crash.
To me, when I think of dieting and I do it myself, you keep it simple. There's a list of proteins you can choose from and just mix it up. You can mix it up every 2 weeks. You should have a different meal every day. That's how many options there is out there.
Yeah.
So chicken, what else? I'm a big fan of bison.
He's a big bison guy.
He's got
Be
the
careful
bison.
about bison. It's expensive. But yeah,
It is very
It is
expensive.
expensive. But hey,
But you can do different things with it, and it's
Yeah.
super lean.
Super
Probably
lean.
the best quality meat I think there is out there. What else is there? Beef. I mean,
lean beef,
Lean beef.
not like 75, not like 75-25.
Right,
You
I
know,
mean,
not
that's-
even barely even 80-20. If you're looking at lean beef, you're looking at like 90-10, 95-5. So there's a lot of different options out there.
we had
Pork-
the nutrition guide too.
Turkey. We do
Yeah,
a
turkey,
lot
of
of turkey.
course.
We do a lot of ground turkey.
Yeah.
Because like ground meat obviously is a little bit more enjoyable than like just a chicken breast,
Right.
And so there's ground turkey, there's ground lean beef, ground. You can even do ground chicken,
Salmon,
salmon,
tilapia.
fish.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff out there to
Right.
do, but the main you gotta, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, you've gotta eat foods that are, the word is satiating, right? Like you've
Right.
gotta eat foods that satisfy you. You know, like last for the past couple of days, I've been eating it for like 3 days. Like Catherine made a seafood gumbo, but we did it with cauliflower rice.
I was about to say, whoa.
Cauliflower rice. The shrimp that we got were Gulf, like wild caught Gulf shrimp. We use farm raised eggs. You know, like we're using like good ingredients. The chicken, you know, like chicken sausage. Like we're using good ingredients in these meals that are still satisfying to us.
Right.
That way, like if you're eating chicken breast every day, I say this all the time. If you're eating chicken breast and spinach every single day for lunch, you're probably gonna want to eat a burger for dinner.
Everybody. I mean,
That's just how it is, you know. And so you know,
it's easy for me, I think, too. I'm not picky, so I can do all those different types of foods that are healthy, and I can do it, you know. A lot of people are picky, though. They don't eat any vegetables. I have a client like that.
Not gonna say any names. Not gonna say
any vegetables, but broccoli. And if she gets burned out on broccoli, what then? You know, what else can we do? Protein, she only eats certain protein, so it is tough for those type of people. And it's hard for me to recommend certain things.
Yeah,
you just won't eat it, you know. So
Brad
it's tough.
said to look up. Brad said to look up the Renaissance periodization. Best diet template out there. We got to check that out. Renaissance periodization. We'll check it out another day. So I forget. Oh yeah. So Miss Annette, you can mix it up. Cook things different ways. If you want to do like a little like egg scramble, you know, if you do eggs scrambled with some cute sweet potatoes, kind of, you know, put those in a skillet, fry those sweet potatoes up, and then do a turkey sauce or ground turkey or cut up turkey sauce or something like that. Like that's. Dude, breakfast is my jam, dog.
I love breakfast.
Dude,
huge breakfast.
I turn it up. I turn it up on breakfast.
What you had this morning? Oh,
I just
spot.
had. Okay, I'll tell you guys what I had this morning. It's not gonna be good because this is why. 5:30 a.m. class, 6:15 client, UL 7:45 until 10, and now I'm here.
Did you eat breakfast?
I had a peanut butter popper and some casein protein.
Are you not dying right now?
I feel okay. Peanut butter popper got some decent fats and proteins in it, and then the casein protein is a slow digesting protein. So I'm okay. I'm okay. But usually yesterday I had 3 scrambled eggs, bacon, and grits.
Good.
And I'm not ashamed of it. Why? Because last night I crushed my legs and then did no gi right after.
Sure.
I'm
burning all that.
I'm after it, bro.
You need all of it.
I'm after it. So anyway, let's move on to our next topic. Coach T, what's next?
Miss Annie Hoyer.
Hey, Miss Ann.
What are your favorite lower ab exercises?
Lower ab exercises. That's a good one. That's a good topic.
I'm a big time ab guy.
Coach
I'm into the abs.
Coach T's into the abs. Let me tell you the best way to get your lower abs to show is to get rid of the fat on top of it. Ha.
Mind blowing.
Oopsie. So you can do crunches every day, all day, for the rest of your life. If you are not losing body fat, you will not see your abs.
Right.
Sorry.
But if you want to develop those abs,
if you want to develop the abs underneath it,
body fat is gone.
Coach T, take us away.
Number 1, lower ab
exercise.
rollouts.
Ab rollouts.
The
It's a good
ab
one.
roller, do 100 reps.
It's okay, bro.
My bad. I got
Take
carried
it
away,
easy,
got
man.
carried away.
Take it easy.
Abs are made in the kitchen. Absolutely.
Correct.
Brad adding some very
Brad's
good
going
insight.
hand. Brad, we gotta have you on.
But yeah, the rollouts are number 1. It's a tough exercise to do, so if you can't do those, any planking variation will target the core. That is the best core exercise you can do. So they're very progressive too. You can always build on them. It doesn't get stale.
Yeah, I will say that plank is something that a lot of people do wrong though.
Yes.
Plank is something like our clients come in and they're like,
yes.
They have the arch in their spine like this, like their spine. I'm like, that's not just because your butt's down doesn't mean you're doing a plank the right way. Okay.
Right.
And we've been wanting to do a video on this about how you're supposed to tuck your pelvis when you do, a plank, and maybe one day we will. My favorite lower ab exercise is a very simple leg lift, straight leg lift.
Absolutely.
And the way that I teach that is I say to put your belly button to the floor. Again, tucking the pelvis, belly button to the floor, and you're loading the abs up before you crank. If you have the arch in your back, more than likely you're using your hip flexors.
Yeah.
Right. So there's wrong and right ways to do all the exercises, and that's why, of course, we're trainers and we like to train people to do it the
Yeah,
right
a very
way.
simple one that you can progress into the leg lifts. Because some people can't do leg lifts. I would say scissors or flutter kicks.
Flutter kicks, scissors, yeah.
That
Again,
can
same
go
thing.
around.
You gotta
Yeah.
roll that. You gotta roll those abs for like you'd be doing a bicep curl. Ms. K said, I have a fitness question. So no matter how strong my arms are, I'm still struggling to do a pull up. What would you recommend? Cause she and I both use these big, gigantic resistance bands that we wrap around the pull-up bar. You put your knee in, you put your knees in the resistance band, and it gives you help doing the pull-ups. But what I would recommend is to develop the muscles first that drive your pull-ups. So that would be
Definitely with the lats.
The lats.
You have to engage them too.
Yeah,
A lot
learn how to-
people use their shoulder on regular pull-ups.
correct.
Very
Learn how to drop and retract your
Absolutely.
back. So you develop the lats, you develop the biceps, you develop the grip strength and the core, and that'll help you.
Grip is big too.
grip
Another
is
one
big.
I like to do for people that are trying to do pull-ups is inverted pull-ups with the barbell.
That's a good one. Yeah, so it's basically a reverse push-up.
Right.
Like think of you doing a push-up, laying on your back, but you're just inverting to
Usually people that struggle with that, they obviously can't do a pull-up, and if you can crush them, you can do a ton of pull-ups. I'd say that's a good progressive way to
Yeah.
build up on.
inverted pull-ups. What's up, Janine? What's up, Janine? Okay, so I forget what we're talking about. Oh yeah, so lower ab exercises. Number one, lower abs. Your diet is like so
definitely
big.
diet.
Like I can't stress enough. If you have abs, it doesn't matter how many abs you have or how well developed your abs are. If you have fat on top of them, you're not going to see them. So diet is a much better. If you take the time that you would be spending on doing ab exercises and put it to meal prepping, you're in better shape.
Miss Ann had a couple more questions.
Miss Ann, this is a good question from Miss Ann. This is a hype. Everything's kind of on this train right now.
I'm gonna just ask them both. We can go into them. So, what to eat before and after hard workouts without it being a protein shake, because she just can't take it down. A lot of people can't either. But she hears that it's important to do so, which it very much is. And she has a question about Bang, the energy drink.
Bang energy drinks. I know there's 12 people listening right now. I know 9 of you are drinking Bang energy drinks. They're hot right now.
That's not me either.
Because they're delicious.
Dude, it's hot on the strength and conditioning coaching circuit as well.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Dude, look, okay, they got there's some spice in those drinks, bro. Like 300 milligrams of caffeine. It's basically
There's protein in it. I think that's why it's big on it, right?
it's protein in
Yeah,
Bang
it's
energy
protein
drink?
Bang energy drink. That's why it's the big. That's why it's
Bro,
the big thing.
okay, look. Freaking Bang, bro. Okay.
That's why it's a big
There's
deal. Let me double check
300.
that.
There's 300 milligrams of caffeine in Bang energy drinks. Okay. Let's say you're a regular person who does not have an insensitivity to caffeine. If you have been moderating your caffeine, you should be sensitive to it to an extent. A cup of coffee, 60, 80 milligrams of caffeine, should give you a little boost, right? What happens is over time, people have 2 cups of coffee, 3 cups of coffee all day, and they become insensitive to caffeine. And then, excuse me, they say, dude, I'm not feeling this coffee anymore, I need a Bang energy drink. Boom, 300 milligrams of caffeine. Over time, your body becomes adjusted to that. That is what the body does. The body is, we have survived for however long humans have been on the earth. The body is an expert at adapting, okay? And your body will adapt to Bang energy drinks.
So it doesn't have protein.
So I didn't think it did. I think that
There's something out there that has protein with energy or something that it's big.
I'm not sure what it is.
Definitely
But
thought it was Bang because if you want energy, you just can drink a Monster. There was something big about the Bangs that they have that.
I think there's like pre-workout
vitamins and
there's
stuff
like
that.
pre-workout
There's vitamin C,
beta
B12.
alanine and all kinds of stuff in the Bang energy drink that hypes you up,
Well, I feel like an idiot.
Excuse me. So the thing about Bangs is, on occasion, if you have
BCAAs and creatine.
BCAAs
Only
and
energy
creatine,
drink to have it. I knew it was something to
yeah.
it. Okay,
So
that's-
JP's obviously loves his Bangs. They've got creatine in it, 0 sugar. That's great. That's
Yeah.
basically like a pre-workout.
Right, that's another big thing. Yeah.
It's basically like a pre-workout in a can, but that much caffeine every single day will bring your caffeine sensitivity lower.
Right.
And caffeine is a what? Coach Tyler, caffeine is a
What do you want from me?
fat mobilizer. So
Fat mobilizer.
fat it helps you burn fat.
Yeah, of course.
It's a
yeah.
metabolism booster, and when you
Yeah.
when you become insensitive to that over and over again, you're basically like you're defeating the purpose.
Right.
Of
I'm not
having
big
it.
on energy drinks, man. So
Every once in a
I
while.
try. I mean, it's just
Every once in a Coach T really practices what he preaches,
I don't
and I
know
do
that heart
too.
racing feeling, man.
You know, but every once in a while, when I'm like on 5 hours of sleep, 4.5 hours of sleep, I'll do a sugar-free monster. You know those white monsters?
Dude.
Oh, it's so
Dude,
good.
live life on the edge.
Dude, I really do. Sometimes you just gotta crank it out, dude. You know,
I live on the good side.
So, but if you're gonna drink a Bang, don't drink one after lunch. You might be up all night, and even if you do fall
Speaking
asleep,
from experience, guys, listen to
Yeah.
Coach D.
look, sometimes I'll have a Dang. Sometimes I'll have a monster at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm freaking, bruh, like I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm like my mind's racing. I'm thinking about like how the planet was made and stuff. Like,
Oh, whoa.
dude, it
Sounds like something you're doing something else.
It gets crazy. It gets crazy. Like I'm like, how did we get here? No, it gets crazy. So if you're gonna drink a Bang or any kind of energy drink, just make sure it's before lunch and make sure you need it. Otherwise, you're just drinking a black cup of coffee. So Brad said that beet juice is the only proven pre-workout. It is a vasodilator that will deliver sustainable energy to your muscles. Substitute Bang for beet juice. Oh, I like that.
I got a question about that.
I've
How
never
many
even-
people can take down beet juice?
How
I don't think
delicious? How
Because I've
delicious
had
is
beet juice
Brad?
at Juice Bar or whatever it is. It's not good at all. I'm not a beet fan.
I mean,
so.
sometimes you just gotta. They're like avocados. Like they're not
I
real.
love avocados.
What? I hate avocados, but I know they're good for me. They're a superfood. So avocados are. I like guacamole.
Dude, you don't like avocados.
I don't like
Get out of here.
I don't like
bro.
avocados, man. I don't like
It's
avocados. But anyway, good talk. Be careful on the
Let's
bangs.
see. What
And
else?
then she asked about. We didn't answer her
Pre and after, right? Without doing protein.
pre and post workout. Oh, this is one of my favorite topics.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. You go first up.
Here we go. I'm gonna just give it to him.
Just
'Cause
give
I
it
know
to
what
him.
you're thinking.
Go ahead.
Shout out.
Charlie Peanut Butter Factory.
Peanut Butter Factory.
Yo, those things are clutch before a workout, man.
Poppers, bro.
Look,
Poppers.
they're this big. They're this big. Everybody that comes in says, man, I don't want to eat because it hurts my stomach. I don't want to eat because it hurts. Well, I get that. But if you don't have energy in your muscles, you're not going to feel good. If you don't have energy in your body,
Need
like,
something.
you don't have fuel in your body, you're not going to feel good. Like, you don't, it's not going to feel good. So the first thing I would recommend, this also works really well for people on the keto diet, is a Charlie and the Peanut Butter Factory Power Popper. They're peanut butter, a bunch of good seeds and superfoods in it that got a lot of micronutrients and protein. I think you're looking at like 12 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat. Shout out to Charlie and the Peanut Butter Factory. Somebody tag him in the comments. Let him know how great we think they are. And they're like this big, so it's not gonna upset your stomach.
Oreo, strawberry cheesecake.
Easy on the Oreo ones, okay?
Sorry.
He got all kinds of different ones now. The best one of all time is the peanut butter cheesecake.
Oh, yeah.
It's
And you
delicious.
add cheesecake to anything.
It's delicious, and it's a power popper, so it's
Yeah.
only got like 5 grams of sugar in it. It's
Right.
incredible.
Can't beat it. Oh,
A pro tip. What's up? Hey, Bort. A pro
What's up,
tip for anybody in the gym who's looking to add muscle. This is a Coach Damon V pro tip.
see what you got.
Halfway through your workout, eat a pack of peanut butter crackers.
Peanut butter crackers.
Why?
What are you talking about, dude?
Why?
I don't know.
Because of the carbohydrates in the crackers and because of the fats and protein in the peanut butter. That is the big 3 macronutrient that helps continue to fuel carbohydrates and energy to your muscles. You're burning out halfway through a workout, or you're specifically trying to put on muscle mass, peanut butter crackers halfway through. It's just like people do intro workouts.
Right.
You know,
that's
like-
what I'm about to say. I recommend aminos. You know.
Correct. People do aminos. Some people do a carbo intro workout or whatever.
Right.
I just do a pack of peanut butter crackers and, bro, no. Stop with the boudin white bread.
No.
Boudin white bread, bro. Goodness gracious.
Freaking Cajun.
Anyway,
Can't
that's
keep
the
Cajun out of people.
pre-workout. Cushy, what do you recommend for your clients after the workout?
Obviously, I always recommend the protein shake, like Miss Ann said. If you don't want to do that, you gotta get some type of protein in. Protein or carbs, you got to feed those muscles that you just broke
Yes.
down.
Yeah.
And obviously, we like it in a 15 to 20 minute window.
Yeah,
Some
for sure.
people it's tough, but I mean, you gotta prepare.
So like bring Coach T. Has about 4 protein shakers on him at any given time. You know, he's got whole protein shake holsters. He comes out
Shaking
with.
them up, dude.
He's like, "What's up? What?" I'm like, "Dude, take it easy with the bicep curls over there, okay?" But Post workout for Miss Ann, for you, I would recommend. She says she doesn't like protein shakes.
Right.
Okay, but obviously, I would find one that you like because they're literally so
There's
easy.
so many out there too.
So good. Okay. What I recommend is make you like a little wrap. Go get a good whole grain wrap. Go get some good deli turkey and some spinach or something else, some light mayo or some honey mustard. Make you a wrap before you go to the gym. That way, right after you can eat that wrap real quick and get on your way. Okay.
Gotta have something.
You gotta have something. Miss Mike recommends almonds after class. It's a great one. Good fats,
Miss
good
Angela,
protein.
protein coffee, especially in the mornings.
Protein
They
coffee.
do a very early workout.
5 a.m. in there, dude.
So post workout protein coffee.
That's legit.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's legit. So there you are, Miss Ann. Somebody from Head Kicks, please tag Miss Ann in these comments if you're friend with her, just so that she can see what we say.
Charity had a question. Shout out Charity Phillips.
Charity Phillips Ball.
It's a big question, but basically, she just wants to know what are some exercises she can do at home while she's nursing an infant, just brand new baby, and a small child, Hosea.
That's a good
Yeah.
question. That's a good question. So
what
she's
exercise
nursing.
can she do? Yeah.
So obviously, Miss Charity can't go too hard
Right.
and take away her body's energy that she's making
Because
to
she
make.
says she did go hard with Hosea, right? A couple weeks after.
Yeah, and
and
then
it
her
was, she was
body
almost
stopped
passing
making-
out.
Correct.
While she was nursing.
Your body's
so
devoting so much energy to making the milk that it needs.
She wasn't
to
getting
make.
enough calories in, so she wants
Yeah.
to do a safer way to do it. So what are some good little body weight exercises?
The
she can
big
do?
3 bodyweight exercises are push-ups, leg lifts / sit-ups, and squats.
That's it, man.
So you can literally if you do if you're at a hotel or whatever, you can make a savage 20-minute workouts with those.
And you can do different variations.
Oh, yeah,
you can
there's-
do different
there's all-
set
there's all
schemes,
kinds
all
of
kinds of
stuff.
stuff. But those
Okay.
3,
So push-ups, it can be for Miss Charity. For you, I would recommend starting off from the knees. Go from the knees, hands under the chest. Make sure you're dropping or retracting, so that you're leading with the chest for the push-up. Leg lifts again. Make sure your back is touching the floor. You're tucking, curling like you'd be doing a bicep curl for your abs. And then for the squats, just make sure that you're sitting back on your heels, knees open over the pinky toes, and you're squeezing. That's 3 that I recommend.
Yeah.
And then if you
I
have
can't argue with that.
if you have weights or resistance bands, you can add some kind of
Band
pulls in.
pull-aparts,
Yeah,
face pulls.
band
yeah,
pull-aparts,
always-
face
always
pulls.
good.
You can add glute bridges for the hamstrings and the glutes. You can add glute bridges. There's
Absolutely.
a lot of stuff, but I would start with
The
push-ups,
basic 3.
the basic 3
Pretty
push-ups, sit-ups / leg lifts, and
How do you feel
squats.
about planking?
I feel good about planking, but
Like for a woman who's just given birth, is that tough
I
on the
was
stomach?
about to say, I feel like, well,
It
she didn't have a
depends.
C-section. She didn't have a C-section,
that
so
wouldn't affect that.
so she's okay. I think that planking is really good. It is
Yeah.
just kind of, it's just if you do it the right way,
Yeah.
it's tough exercise.
Yeah, especially on the core.
Yeah, so if you're doing the planks the right way, it's a lot.
Mhm.
But yeah, planking obviously would be a good one, especially RKC planks. We've been on a big RKC hit lately.
Yeah.
Been crushing everybody in my class with them. So JP said, doesn't nursing burn a ridiculous amount of? That's correct. Yeah. So basically, what happened last time is she nursed and she didn't have enough calories and she worked out and she was like exhausted all the time. So if
Right.
you're gonna work out while you're nursing, you got to be having an adequate amount of calories in it to keep you going.
See what
So
Brad
Brad
did.
said,
about post-workout hydration, obviously.
Big
I don't
deal.
think we touched on that.
That's a good
what
one,
he
yeah.
said, obviously.
hit up the
Guess we
importance
just
of
overlooked it, but
rehydration post
definitely
workout.
hydrate, guys.
Yeah, you can do everything right in the gym and eat right, but if your hydration is off, your results will be severely delayed. Use room temp alkaline. Aha, okay.
Getting
Alkaline
fancy
water.
on us.
I don't know a lot about alkaline water. I know a little bit about pH levels, but not
Right.
not anything too specific on.
And if you don't know anything about water, just drink water.
Just drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to tell them how proud you are of me?
Oh yeah. So Coach Damon hasn't been drinking his Powerade.
I have been laying off the Powerade Zero. Don't tell them that it's Powerade. I never drink ever Powerade.
What did I say?
You said Powerade.
What is it?
Powerade Zero.
Oh god.
Big difference. I never drink Powerade or Gatorade, but sometimes I'll drink Powerade Zero or G2 Gatorade because it's just so good. I love the sugar-free Powerade, man.
Sugar free. There's something to those.
I mean, there's some artificial sweeteners in it for sure,
Yes.
but sweat it out so much. But anyway, so if you're nursing and you're looking for workouts, keep it simple. Start off light. Start off 3 sets of 10, add a set, add some reps, progress over time, but don't hop in there and crush it when you're nursing post birth. You know, you're gonna take away from your body's ability to produce. You know,
I feel like Charity learned the hard way on that.
Yeah, Charity was like, I'm
Nearly
almost
passing
exhausted.
out.
I'm like, oh my
That's
God,
gotta be
take
rough.
it easy, man. If you're gonna nurse and work out, you gotta be eating a lot. You gotta eat a lot of calories. So,
Right.
all right, Chris, she was next.
Next one, Jeff, what is it, Solus?
Jeff Sulis.
Jeff Sulis had a question about VO2 max and CBD oil.
Ooh,
We can go to the CBD oil.
Let's go
It's
CBD.
not- Yeah, VO2 max is
body's uptake of oxygen. It's a hard topic.
pretty
top
lengthy.
front
Yeah,
right there.
probably a whole podcast on it. So CBD oil, I've been doing this probably about 2 months now. I just got my new bottle in. Coach Damon has never
Tried
taken
CBD.
CBD oil, but we are here for you guys. Before we explain what it is, he is gonna do it
Am I really?
live, absolutely on the podcast. We have props. We have CBD oil.
I've been wanting to try it.
Yeah, he's been itching.
I've been asking, like,
itching his neck.
I want to try it.
It's kind of
So
weird. You get this from Complete Nutrition. That's
This
where I
is-
got it from. You have to order in advance though.
okay,
Wait,
so
a lengthy
before
time.
we get in this, why don't you talk about what CBD oil is, so that I don't have anybody on my
No,
podcast.
I want you
think
to take it.
I know that,
Then
but
we're gonna-
there's gonna be people on my podcast that think I'm taking drugs.
You're not taking drugs. We're gonna explain after.
Okay,
Open up, buddy. Under the tongue.
really?
So it goes under the tongue. Okay, you ready? Squirt, squirt.
Mm.
Peppermint.
Yummy.
It has a very
Delicious.
distinct taste, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
And now you're down for the count. Alright, CBD oil
No,
is bad,
that's
guys. Do not do
No.
No, it's good stuff. So I actually looked up. I kind of just did this without looking anything up. I started CBD oil, but then I actually looked it up. So CBD oil is a part of marijuana. Has a very
one
part of
one ingredient
marijuana, and
marijuana.
it gets a very bad rap.
It
If
does.
you hear CBD oil, oh, you smoking weed, or it's a
Yeah,
part of that,
no,
it's
it's-
part of that family, right?
correct.
So THC and CBD make up marijuana, and I'm not an expert on marijuana, so I know you guys.
THC and CBD oil
Correct.
together.
Correct.
Not-
Make up.
Correct.
The
Yeah, and they have to work
marijuana.
together.
Right.
To make marijuana.
So THC gives you that high effect. It sometimes can give you anxiety, make you freak out. Everybody
Paranoia
reacts
and all that
different,
stuff,
right?
yeah.
Paranoia. So the CBD oil, anti-inflammatory benefit. There's an anxiety benefit to where you're not as anxious, right?
Right.
Kind of like the opposite of THC. What else we have?
So the biggest one that I know,
ton of
everybody,
benefits.
the biggest one is the pain.
Pain, yeah. Inflammation,
That's
anti-inflammatory.
anti-inflammatory.
Pain,
That's,
yes.
that's the biggest thing behind
Especially for MMA guys or athletes.
Correct.
Absolutely.
it. Correct. So we hit it hard, like in the gym, like we hit it hard, you know. So JP said comes
You
from
see,
him.
I don't
yes.
have my
You know, it's
my terms correct.
it's not like CBD is 100% legal. Like
Absolutely.
no matter where.
Yeah, of course.
It's 100% okay, 100% legal. However, just like anything else, I think it is good to be careful with it.
Yeah.
I think it's not good to rely on anything.
Don't do it all day. Yeah.
Don't do it all day, every day. You know, but
If you eat salt all day, you'll die.
right. So different people's bodies react differently to it. But the way that it generally helps your body relax and not be in a state of tense because that's the big thing. People are so stressed out all the
Right.
time. The CBD generally helps you to think a little bit clearer, relax, pull your shoulders back. Like, you know, that's the main effect of CBD. I think that is okay. However, there's a couple ways that you want to use CBD to do it the right way. Okay, you don't want to take CBD oil right before a workout.
Right.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Because there's one side effect that I did read upon. It may cause you to be tired.
It causes you to be drowsy, right?
Which I haven't gotten,
again,
so.
depending on how sensitive you are.
Right, yeah.
If you're very sensitive to CBD oil, you're gonna be tired.
Yeah.
You know. However, if you're like, obviously, if you've done this before, your body gets okay with it. I still wouldn't say that taking it right before a workout is good.
Right.
You know, the best time to take it, and you guys know how big Coach T and I are on his recovery. The best time to take it would probably be before bed.
Right. And that's when me and Alex do it. We do it in the morning before work or whatever we're doing, and then before bed. I think before bed is the ideal.
That's the ideal time. Yeah.
Because if it would cause drowsiness or tiredness for you, like you're knocked out,
You don't want
sleeping
that.
like a baby.
Correct. But listen though, there's this supplement that I recently recommended to one of our guys at the gym, Mr. Lance. Mr. Lance was saying that like he does jiu-jitsu in the evening times at 6:15 to 7:15, and he goes home and tries to sleep, and he like can't sleep. He's like, I just can't, and that's because your body.
A lot of people have that problem.
Yeah, your body's nervous system.
Yeah.
Body's nervous system wakes up,
Adrenaline's
and
running.
adrenaline pumps. You got cortisol running through your vein. Your body doesn't want to sleep. When you don't sleep well, you don't feel good. When you don't feel good, you get stressed. It's this terrible vicious cycle. So I recommended a supplement to him from C620 Nutrition, the Triple Z Sleep Formula, whatever it is.
It's like a natural sleep aid.
It's a natural recovery aid, natural sleep recovery aid. It's got no melatonin in it, so it's got no addictive effects from it, no side effects from addiction from this supplement. It's got a lot of natural stuff in it that helps you sleep and recover. I gave it to Mr. Lance, and like he trains in the afternoon and he goes to bed and he sleeps fine. And sleep is like huge. Sleep is huge. One of my
everything, man.
Bro, one of my clients sleep eats. Another client, not Miss Annette.
Oh, wow.
Right? She sleep eats, bro.
That's intense.
It's hardcore. And like
she doesn't know.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's like she's like not conscious, but she wakes up knowing that she was.
Dude, that's weird.
It's bad, dude. Like she'll get to the gym. Oh, we train 8:15 Mondays and Fridays. And I'm like, what was for breakfast? And she's like, well, I had, whatever at 2 a.m. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I sleepy. Like I literally can't. Like, nah. She's like, I've been doing it since I was like 14.
That's crazy.
It's terrible. So if you're having trouble sleeping, see, Miss Angela said that I know a lot of older people that have trouble sleeping.
Something
if you
for
are
her,
having trouble sleeping,
you think is she going to bed hungry or something? Like,
I don't know.
Is something like
I
that
don't
to where
know.
she wakes up?
I don't know.
Try a casein protein, before bed.
Maybe so. Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I
I
mean?
think it's just I don't know. I don't
Try it
know.
out.
It's hardcore. But if you are having trouble sleeping, I would definitely recommend CBD oil, just to help you like calm down and relax a little bit before you go to bed, and that C620 Nutrition sleep aid. Because if you're not sleeping well, you're not recovering well, and if you're not recovering well, you're not training well.
And when I started taking CBD, I really didn't have any, aches or pains or anything like that. So I really didn't notice too many effects. Just keeping it real.
Right.
Like, I really didn't notice anything. Maybe I have a little anxiety. Maybe it helped with that. I'm not even sure. Like, you can't really judge that, right? But I've been training Nogi, right? So I have a little nicks, here, my knee, my elbow.
The training Nogi.
Yeah, man, I had to throw that in there, bro. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, like last night I was hurting. Last night I was after the training session. I was hurting. So
Last night was hard. Yeah.
went to bed hurting. Woke up. I took it before bed. Took it this morning, and to be honest, I feel good. Like I can't even tell I train or like beat up or fatigued.
Yeah,
Seriously.
and like we had Tim Crater. Tim's obviously been UFC vet, who's trained all over, been training mixed martial arts forever, and like he takes CBD oil and said it helps tremendously. He's actually sponsored by the Terp House. And he said it helps tremendously. But I know a lot of athletes who take it, and I know a lot of entrepreneurs and people who just are going long periods of time. Yeah, people who just grind a lot, who take it and who say that it helps out tremendously. So
it is pricey.
It is
But
pricey.
it may change your life literally.
And you
know what I
want
mean?
to check out. You want to do some research of your own.
Yeah,
if you're
definitely
like,
do some
if you're like,
research.
well,
Don't
like,
just
I want
hop
to
on
stay
it.
away from it. Like, I'm not buying any. I tried it from Coach T. I like the way it makes me feel. I don't think that I'll go be buying any anytime soon. But
Who
it's up to you.
knows?
You never know.
Give it a try.
Maybe down the road. You know that they're opening up it's a controversial topic. They're opening up.
The weed.
Yeah, dude,
something like that.
medical marijuana facility in Lafayette, bro.
To be honest with you, man, I'm all about it, bro.
I'm
I'm not
figuring
with
you-
the pharmaceutical drugs and all this and that. I'm
Trying to stay away
I'm
from that.
telling you, man.
Trying to
There's documentaries out there. I'm not no conspiracy theory, but I think that can really change the world, man.
Yeah?
Seriously, dude. Like some good stuff, like cure, like dude. Look at the benefits as far
Yeah,
as
I mean, I have client like
serious diseases that people struggle with that they take as pharmaceutical drugs. I'm telling you, man.
Like, I have a client that I train with cerebral palsy. His name is Scott Bertle. He's if you've probably seen pictures of him or videos of him on my Facebook or my Instagram.
Savage.
He's a freaking savage, dude. He hops out of that wheelchair, gets on the mat, and we crush it once a week, sometimes twice a week. He's a monster. And after work, like he works out so hard, he gets hives. Like he'll start breaking down hives.
Wow.
And after his workout, CBD oil before he goes to bed. CBD oil.
So
and
he's doing it.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it helps him with his seizures. He doesn't have seizures anymore.
Dude,
Like not American marijuana, CBD oil.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I do think some people, especially like I was real involved with Hero Hunts, a nonprofit for veterans, and we had a lot of veterans. Basically, the idea was we would take vets out to hunt or to fish, and it would help with their PTSD. Right, it would help them to like just be involved and be around a good group of guys, but like being out in the field again around farms, all that stuff. Again, just helping you get back acclimated. And those dudes, if those dudes just maybe smoked some marijuana every once in a while, I think they'd be way better off.
Right.
You know, like I think there's benefits to it. I'm not gonna go smoke any marijuana.
Yeah.
You know, but I do think that there's a time and a place for everything.
Right. There's benefits to it, and just keep an open mind. It has a bad stigma. You know,
it does. It goes both ways because Johnny, see, Brad said as a vet it helps. You know, like I get that, I understand that. Johnny, on the other side, John Jones was on Joe Rogan's podcast the other day. He was talking about how he got addicted to marijuana and he was smoking it three times a day.
Oh wow!
Like,
see that's not
that like
you're just
like
getting
breakfast,
high,
lunch, and dinner. Like that,
You're
like you
just
couldn't do
looking for the
anything
high.
without marijuana, and that obviously that's a huge problem.
Right.
You know, that's a huge problem. But I do think that's medically prescribed, and as somebody who has good self-control and good self-awareness, it could be beneficial.
Absolutely, I agree.
It could be beneficial.
So. And there's not too many side effects on it. You know, the only one I found was like tiredness. And
CBD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
CBD.
I can send the link if y'all want.
Yeah, I do think that
Just do your research though.
I think that every supplement should have side effect of addiction to it though.
Right.
Because even though you don't get addicted to something physiologically, even though your body doesn't crave it, we get
mental game. Man.
Yeah, the mental game is like
mental
I know
game's stronger than you think.
Oh yeah, I know people who can't work out without a pre-workout. They're like, I don't have my pre-workout today. I'm not gonna have a good workout. That's not good. Like it's not good. Or even for me, sometimes I'm like, I need a cup of coffee.
I may be addicted to protein.
Coach I can't do anything about this freaking.
I may be addicted to chapstick.
So all the
Had this
time.
on me 24/7.
Oh my gosh. So like anything that you need is an addiction. If you need coffee, if you need pre-workout, like psychological addiction is real. Like that's the same thing with CBD. If you're gonna take CBD and in your brain you feel better, and then you're like, oh, I need CBD oil right now. That's stuff you gotta be careful. You know, I think that the best body is something that's independent. You know, of chemicals and crutches. You know, so that's your wisdom.
That was good. Let's start wrapping it up. But we had a couple more questions on Instagram. I guess we could just knock this one out. Tyler Frozy had an awesome question, man.
Tyler Frozy, wow.
Yeah.
Man, let's see what it is.
Who would win in a fight?
Between who?
The Rock or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Who would win in a fight between The Rock and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Well, first off, The Rock is my guy, so I'm gonna go with The Rock.
I'm also have a man crush on The Rock.
But considering Arnold Schwarzenegger is about 80 years old, I think The Rock.
I think The Rock's an
advantage
easy.
as well.
Correct.
But if he comes in his Terminator form,
We might have a problem.
we might have a problem. So there you go, Frozzy. There's your everybody got The Rock.
The Rock, dude.
Man, he might be running for president in a couple years.
I hope he does, dude. Look,
Absolutely.
What was that? Jumanji?
He can do no wrong.
Jumanji was the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty good.
I watched it and I think I watched it.
You went to the movies? I went to the movies.
I went to the movies. Like Catherine was like, "Are you serious?" Like she's like, "I've never seen." Like it was
Really?
awesome. Oh, it was so fun.
awesome, dude. I loved it.
So fun,
Especially with Kevin Hart.
Time
Good
of my
stuff.
life, yeah.
Good stuff.
So, and lastly, Tyler Frost. What else I got on there?
He said we had a question about intermittent fasting, but we can't. It's too late.
Hey,
Forgot
we'll talk about intermittent fasting.
Yeah, we
soon.
can talk about that.
Dang, that's a good topic too.
Yeah.
That's a fun time.
Thomas Tronhall asked that. Forgot to get into that. Sorry about that.
We'll get you next time, Big Tom.
He just Frosty asked how long we've been training. So I mean, been training my whole life.
Been training for my life. No, we training like martial arts.
Yeah,
or
martial
like,
arts. I've been training since about 2010. Right when I got out of high school into college, I always watched the UFC. You know, obviously that's how most people get into it.
Yeah.
You know, I ask people, can I? Where the UFC at, man? I wasn't that guy.
I was never in the
pretty
UFC first
educated,
of all.
but-
Neither of us were ever in the UFC. We were supposed to. No.
You've been doing it. You've been
I
wrestling.
wrestled
Yeah.
2009 to 2013, and I started training martial arts 2013 until now. So, but like lifting wise, fitness wise, same thing.
Oh,
Since
lifting.
like
I would say
2000
hardcore when I was 18 years old, though.
Yeah, like I started like training, lifting, learning
Right.
in like 8th, 9th grade.
Really?
Like
It's way before me. Because
like-
in high school, I was a toothpick.
I
And we had
transformed a lot.
no strength conditioning program. How
Right.
was y'all's in high school?
Pretty bad.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it was-
All
it's
we did was
pretty
bench and squat.
And that's why I had to learn a lot
Right.
on my own, you know. So we had a coach come in, Coach Kevin Kern, who runs a pretty successful powerlifting program now. And once kind of he took over, it got a lot better. I learned a lot about
That's good.
technique and powerlifting and stuff like that. And our wrestling coach in high school, Coach Mike Stelly, was an Army Ranger. He's got a degree in kinesia, all this stuff. So he's pretty good too. So I got to learn under a few really good guys in high school, you know. And then like from wrestling, I learned so much about nutrition, weight, you know,
Weight cutting,
weight
process,
cutting,
yeah.
stuff like that. It's all, and just like transitioning from football as a fast switch muscle to you know wrestling, which is a little more of a type 2 muscle fiber, stuff like that. You know, it's all kinds of different stuff that I learned from. Speaking of fast twitch, we're trying to do a strongman competition.
Ooh, you gonna do it?
I think I'm gonna do it. What I got to lose, bro?
Nothing, but
I mean, like, you know, like I did an MMA fight 2 months ago. Won my mixed martial arts fight, which is a completely different ball game than a strongman competition.
for sure.
And I've been training for strongman competition with Jace Lopez over at Apex. I'm not afraid to tell you that there's people in this world who know more than us, and so we try and
And there's
continue.
people in this world that know more than them, and it's
Yeah,
just
so
going on.
so like one of my things behind doing a strongman competition is I'm going over there and training, and I'm learning from Jace cues, how to coach different stuff. It's a different ball game. I know how to coach MMA athletes. I know how to train, but this is a completely different ball game. So
For sure.
it really
As soon as
helps.
you stop learning, that's when you're down. Always stop learning, people, in any walk of life.
Yeah.
So
So
is that it, man? Let's wrap it up.
we did forget Miss Angela's 80-20.
Can we hit that next time?
We'll hit that next time.
We'll hit that next time. I promise, Miss Angela. Matter of fact, I'll probably answer you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. sharp.
JP, I don't even know what my bench is.
What's
but-
your bench?
But anytime, any day we can go work out, and I'll bench you. I promise you. And
Call
I'll
you out.
all other lifts you.
Calling you out, JP.
I promise you. But I can tell you that laying on your back, pressing something off of you isn't super applicable. Anyway, see you guys in 2 weeks for
2 weeks
episode
time.
6.
Seis.
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 1, 2, 3,
Tres.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
Who knew? I knew Spanish, guys.
You kind of look Spanish.
Really?
This guy doesn't look.
I'm absolutely Caucasian.
Hispanic to you guys?
Yeah, I have a
He's
little dark tint to
Hispanic.
me.
Man, hey, fun fact. Coach T was on the. Coach T almost got on Big Brother.
Ha! Yeah, that's a good story. Yeah.
Pretty wild. Save it for next time.
Big Brother 16, yeah.
Thank God he's not a Big Brother. That could not have been good for you.
Why?
Stupid crap on
$500
there.
million richer right now.
There's still kind of stupid crap on there. You're living a way better life here with me doing podcasts.
Nah, man. Finale was last night. It was awesome.
What was it?
Yeah, it was good. The right guy didn't win,
Full
but
of crap and drama.
it was good, man.
Oh my
it was
gosh.
good. Big Brother's a great show. I'll get it on it one day. And I'll give you a shout out while I'm on it.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, guys, let's wrap it up. LSU, Ole Miss this weekend.
Oh who?
Ole Miss. I don't want to. Ole Piss.
Oh, Miss.
Trick them Rebels, man.
Oh.
Big time rivalry.
What time is the game?
8 o'clock, super late game, nightcap. We got an awards ceremony
Oh, yeah,
Saturday
we got
at
bell
4.
ceremony.
Bell ceremony at 4.
It's at home? How
Absolutely.
much do you think the tickets are?
Baton Rouge, probably not much. I mean, it's a big game, but I mean, Ole Miss is not that great this year, so
Dang.
probably won't be too
Oh,
much.
UL plays Alabama this week. I forgot about that. That's going to be a fun time, guys.
Man.
They're going to make some money, though. They're going to
Dude,
make some
hopefully
money.
Bama doesn't win by 70.
Is that what it was last time?
No, but I mean, it
It'll probably be a lot.
It might be 70 to nothing.
Yeah, it happens.
No disrespect, but Alabama is unreal.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
guys, that was episode 5, the Coach T and Damon V podcast.
Coach T and Damon V. Catch you guys later.
Peace.